Welcome to What's Trending with Tire Review. I'm Maddie Weiner, and today I'm joined by Dave Miller, Director of Marketing for K&M Tire. Dave, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So I think the last time we saw each other was at K&M's dealer conference in Columbus, Ohio last year. Um,
Yes.
yeah, a long time ago, and more than a year has passed, and you guys hosted your first virtual dealer conference. So congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you. We thought it was a great turnout and we got a lot of terrific feedback from it. So we're very proud of it. So thank you.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, I definitely want to talk about that. But I wanted to talk about 2020 a little bit with you. You know, as K&M's Director of Marketing, obviously a lot of your role is communicating with customers. So in this past year, what are some things you've learned about doing business virtually, both with your suppliers and your customers?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess the bulk of my communication is with our internal customers. So we have an incredibly strong sales staff, so my role of communicating updated industry associate dealer programs, any company related information, hasn't really changed all that much from year to year aside, from our live sales and training events and other miscellaneous face-to-face communication situations that we're really not able to do right now. Our vendor facing communication, however, that's definitely changed. So we typically have a revolving door of manufacturer reps meeting with us and visiting our corporate HQ, for communication and updates. But that's one area that's definitely changed significantly. So I think utilizing available platforms like Teams and GoToMeetings and Zoom have really taken over most of the communication from the distributor to the manufacturer. I'd say that the key to success is always communication, and as long as the lines of communication are open and available, that'll always be a key factor to success and growth. Whether it be in person or on any type of virtual platform.
Yeah, for sure. I know we have definitely found that as well as we're working from home on the Babcock side, on our side. So you talked a little bit about your communication with your vendor partners, but you guys also help your dealers, navigate their marketing strategy as well. So how have you all been helping dealers navigate this changing time in communication and really the tire buying experience with more shift to online and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's always a challenge, I think. But for us, we have a pretty significant advantage of having our own in-house IT department. And, with that, we're able to stay pretty agile with communication and I guess just accepting that accountability, that urgency of accountability and change with the challenges and opportunities that 2020 gave us. For us, I don't know, well over 80% of our orders, come through on our online ordering platform. So we also utilize that same tool for, communication, as well as housing like the updated product information, program data. In fact, our online ordering system had a built-in registration program to help us with that virtual trade show that you were talking about.
This year you all were confronted, like many people were, many companies were, with the decision to make your trade show a virtual event. So can you sort of explain how that decision to go virtual was made and really what went into planning a virtual event for you guys?
Chaos. No, absolutely. I think hosting a virtual event was very exciting and obviously something totally new for us. And I think we waited it out till about mid-August of the year prior before we, decided to pull the trigger on moving, our planned Las Vegas trade show back a couple years to make room for a virtual event, in its place. Planning was a bit chaotic just due to everything being so new and so far outside of the typical trade show box for us. But I guess whether it be a live event or virtual, our marketing team is extremely passionate, engaged, and ready to deliver whenever, wherever. We knew this virtual trade show platform was going to need to be consistent, with the formatting, scheduling, and content of a live event. So that was already kind of laid out for us, from our experience in years past. Our main task was trying to, I guess, replicate that familiarity to customers and vendors on a virtual platform.
Yeah.
So, then we needed to rely on our design and video team to, help replicate the energy and entertainment factor of a live event. And of course, that's always a challenge. But they really crushed it and made some really entertaining content, for our dealers and guests to participate in during the course of the show. So, and for us, a big part of that was making sure we weren't just creating, I guess, one-way communication with a bunch of videos talking at the audience. We had an open forum style chat program pretty much everywhere within the platform. So if guests wanted to network with each other, talk to vendors or seminar speakers, we created chat rooms just all throughout the platform to try to handle that. So we made sure all of our customers, all of our seminars and content were created with like an on-demand feature, so our customers could go back and kind of watch that stuff at their leisure, since we knew it was going to fall within the business hours that they'd be in their shops. And then with that, we also created a takeaway site, so kmtire.com/takeaways, where anybody can go back and watch those seminars and download the coinciding takeaways from the show as well. So again, we tried really hard just to, I guess, replicate that feel of a live event, but that's pretty difficult to do. But we try to keep it simple, replicate the energy, keep the formatting the same, and again, create that familiarity so our customers didn't feel totally lost on a brand new platform.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know obviously the tire review team went, and it was a very cool event. You guys even had giveaways that you normally do live that you transitioned online, which was pretty incredible to see. So very cool.
That's always fun.
Yeah. It looked a lot of fun. So, you guys have, you guys serve obviously your suppliers and the customer. How did you factor the needs of both into, choosing a platform and choosing what would work best for you?
I think, I guess for us, trying to choose the actual platform was a little bit of a challenge. So there's a lot of, I guess, platforms that are out there that are kind of pre-template platforms, if you will. So for us, when we're having a live event, we have a lot of, I'll call it control with that live event and where things go, what things need to look like, how the flow of the event's going to happen. So if you take that, I guess the engagement that K&M Tire employees have in that show and the work that we put into that show, and if we translate that over to a virtual platform, that was a challenge. So everything was, well, not everything, but a lot of the options that we saw were templates, and we didn't have a whole lot of control of the visual aesthetics and how everything looked and felt. And for us, that's really important that we have the consistency of a live trade show, and our customers have that familiarity. So we ended up going with a terrific group, and it was a first experience for both us and the company that we use to do the platform. And I'm very proud of the platform, and of course I'm proud of the company that helped us. So I got to give them a shout out. That's Business Forms Management, BFM, in St. Louis, Missouri. They absolutely crushed it, and they basically built us a custom-made platform where we could control the aesthetics, the look, the feel, where things go. So we're really happy working with them to put that platform together. And for them, it's a pretty tall order to put everything together. It's just a short time frame. We only had a couple months to do this. So the easy option was grabbing a template site, paying for it, putting your content up there, and kind of crossing your fingers. But well, we didn't choose the easy way. We wanted to make sure it was it replicated as much as possible the look and feel of our live trade show. So we were really happy with the outcome, with the engagement, and of course with BFM for putting that together for us.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I don't think a lot of people really understand all the choices that go into creating a virtual event like this, and especially the first time. So definitely, again, kudos to you guys. And you were talking about, you had a great turnout, great attendance. Can you describe maybe some of the feedback you got from your dealers?
Yeah, the feedback was pretty good. So we always ask for feedback, and that's how we that's how we grow. We continuously improve, and how we make things better moving forward. So who knows if we're going to do a virtual event again? It's all about I guess how the world is feeling when it comes back around. But for us, the engagement was great. We had some pretty good feedback with it, and of course we have areas for improvement as well if we do decide to do something like that again. So we were pretty happy with it.
Very cool. And what is something that going through this experience that you learned about K&M and its employees and customers as a result of the virtual event, and maybe even something you learned as a result of the virtual event?
I learned, I learned, I guess, that when it's time to rise to the occasion and it's time to deliver for your customers, it takes the best people to do that. So um, we've experienced that when our orders are going through the roof, and it's busy season and it needs to be all hands on deck for our customers. Our people, whether it's inside sales reps, outside sales reps, accountants, executive level, they strap up, put on some gloves, rise to the occasion, and go make it happen. And for our customers and delivering for them. And we have the same mindset when it comes to these shows. Again, whether it's live or virtual, it was all hands on deck. We had numerous meetings on what duties and responsibilities are and what needs to happen here, and how we need to make sure we're communicating with the customers throughout the course of the show, and getting them where they need to be. It's just that white glove, red carpet type of service that K&M Tire was built on. We just continued that strategy, and that's how we delivered on the virtual platform.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, I know when our team has gone up to K&M to meet you guys, a couple of them have said, yeah, we saw Ken, hauling some tires from here to there. So definitely all hands on deck. That's very true.
That's pretty typical. And I do want to say something in regards to that. So that's not a show. so with Ken, I've been with K&M for about 10 years now. And from day one, that's just what he does. And it's not him keeping his eye on his business or anything like that. He is insanely passionate about this industry, and all levels, all aspects, all segments of the industry. So him going to work out in a warehouse is a couple different things for him. He's passionate about it and he loves it. He loves tires. He loves people. He loves making sure those tires are on that truck and getting to his customers. And he loves the engagement process and the culture that continuously helps promote within our company. So from the top down, it's all hands on deck at this place. And I wanted to make sure I said something about that, because that was very eye-opening for me. Obviously, like when you or anybody from Tire Review's been here, you see it too. It's not uncommon. It's not for show. It's all about passion, with him. So
Very, very cool.
yeah.
That's great. So I kind of wanted to switch back to, talking about the pandemic and how it's affected you guys this year. From your position as director of marketing, I'm sure you've seen some shifts, but how do you feel just in general that the pandemic has changed or affected the tire industry as a whole?
Well, I think that there's been some significant changes, since early, 2020, and it's definitely a change, but it's not something that the independent dealers are I guess not accustomed to.
Right.
So those changes, I guess in communication or a way of doing business, with our dealers, they're not fueled by like distributors or manufacturers. Those changes, they come directly from the independent dealers of the world. They're the agility at the forefront, of the industry, and really they're the inspiration, for why we do what we do. And if I bring it all the way down to our trade show, our virtual trade show theme, they were the inspiration for our virtual trade show theme of keep on rolling. For us, we were again insanely inspired and motivated by our customers' ability to just rise to the occasion and quickly find like new and innovative ways to, I guess, continue to deliver that red carpet, white glove service that I was talking about, to the most important people in their business, being their customers. So we watched our customers promote and deliver like a touchless experience for their customers. We watched them create socially distanced environments in their facilities and provided personal protective equipment to meet the demands, of the end user's automotive needs. They educated themselves on every new ordinance or guideline, and then again rose to the occasion and seemingly didn't really skip a beat, really. So I'm not saying that times weren't tough or challenging. I guess what I'm saying is it wasn't K&M. It wasn't distributors. It wasn't manufacturers delivering the advice or the how-to or anything like that. It was us and the manufacturers listening and learning about how our customers were facing these challenges and creating opportunities for their own continuous improvement with the situation that we were all faced with. So In short, we're inspired by the independent tire industry, the independent tire dealers. They are absolutely amazing, resilient people, and of course, the reason that we do what we do, the reason we all do what we do.
Well, Dave, last question for you. I know K&M's motto is continuous improvement. So what are some lessons that you and the team have learned in 2020, and how do you feel that's improved K&M over the year, despite, the challenges that went on in 2020 and are still going on, frankly, right now for a lot of people?
Well, I'm going to sound like a broken record here because continuous improvement is in our DNA, and you probably heard it a whole lot from me today. But yes, continuous improvement is a major focus, of our company mission, vision, and values. We're always trying to gain feedback from all angles, to make sure we're always doing what's right to make the customer the number one person in our business. I'd say that a big lesson for me, I guess personally in 2020 with all this stuff as well, was maybe not to dive, so deep into that marketing and sales and analytics that you blind yourself, from the culture of the successful independent dealer. In fact, a really good friend of mine in the tire industry, one of our dealer council members, he told me a long time ago that nobody knows as much as we all know, together collectively. And that's helpful advice that forces you to reach out for feedback from the very same people that you're trying to serve. So that lesson, although we've been practicing it for years, really came to the forefront last year when it came to the decision-making processes. So I guess in closing, I'd say that K&M Tire improved over the course of the year by realigning, those company mission, vision, and values. And with those things being so heavily customer focused, that forced that continuous improvement aspect to K&M Tire that we've like I said, we've always lived out. It's in our DNA, and it really helped us to open up the lines of communication with the number one people in our business, and that's what guided us through, I guess, the most recent challenges and opportunities, and it provided us with innovative opportunities for that continuous improvement.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, Dave, thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and thanks for being on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Maddie. Anytime.
Thank you.